Virginia Woolf is often imagined as a ghost-like figure, a disembodied intellect floating through the literary salons of the Bloomsbury Group. But this ethereal image obscures a profound truth. The reality of her life was intensely physical, deeply visceral. Her genius was not born of the mind alone, but was forged in the crucible of her own body. What her contemporaries dismissed as madness is now largely understood to be bipolar disorder. For Woolf, this was not simply a psychological state. It was a condition that radically altered her entire sensory world, transforming the very fabric of reality. Imagine a world where birds in your garden are not just singing, but are heard chirping fluently in ancient Greek. Imagine looking out your window and seeing the late King Edward VII shouting obscenities from behind a bush. These were not metaphors, they were her lived, corporeal experiences. This sense of alienation extended to her own reflection. She documented what she called the horror of the looking glass, a terrifying state where the person staring back at her was not a familiar self, but a hostile and alien entity. Yet, it was from this very sensory and physical turmoil that she created an entirely new form of art. Her celebrated moments of being were not abstract philosophical concepts. They were overwhelming physical sensations, instances of pure, unmediated experience. She felt the rolling rhythm of ocean waves not just as a sound, but as a force moving through her body. A pulse she translated directly into the revolutionary stream of consciousness style that would define modern literature. Her body was a constant source of information, and often of agony. She meticulously recorded chronic, debilitating headaches in her diaries, describing a relentless, vibrating instrument inside her own skull. The medical treatments of our era offered no solace. The infamous Victorian rest cure, a regimen of forced isolation, inactivity, and overfeeding, was for her a form of torture. It trapped her within a body she already felt at war with, making it a prison. Her complex relationship with food, therefore, can be seen as a desperate attempt to reclaim a measure of control over her own physical form. In the end, Virginia Woolf was the ultimate embodied modernist. Her intense, often painful, corporeal existence was inseparable from her work. It was both the raw material for her groundbreaking art and the engine of her profound, lifelong suffering.